The Army's report into the Lewiston shooting is now out, and it shows a series of failures from multiple people involved with Robert Card. The report says his fellow soldiers did not follow protocols for Card's medical care and did not communicate adequately with medical staff and Maine law enforcement. It also blames hospital staff for discharging him even after identifying Card's level of risk and not having any plan to follow up on his care. Finally, it says Maine law enforcement should have called for backup when checking on Card to make sure they could take him into protective custody.
That's a really tough place because each one varies and there's so many different law enforcement agencies, and we have to be careful to balance protection of civil rights versus we need if we're concerned about health safety concerns, then the commanders will obviously initiate an action. But each jurisdiction also varies as to how they will respond to those. And so there's so much variance. I don't know how, we'll have to see how we can proceed.
The report also found that military procedures for following up on these cases is insufficient. After multiple attempts to reach him went unanswered, Army medical staff closed Card's case. The Army says that procedure is changing immediately. Independent Senator Angus King says he and the rest of Maine's representatives in Congress plan to stay on top of changes moving forward.
The healing will never be complete. What I can commit to is doing everything in my power to see that nothing like this happens again. The time for action is what's coming now, and that's where Senator Collins and I and Shelley Pingree and Jared Golden are going to stay on the Army, I can assure you, to be sure that they move forward on these recommendations.
Attorneys for the families impacted by the shooting reviewed the report. Hear what they have to say coming up at 5:30.